China's growth rate has slowed to 6.2% a year, down from 6.4% at the start of the year. Now, some commentators are calling this a catastrophe, bad for China. There's just two problems with this. In what world is growing at 6% a year a catastrophe? And two, the numbers don't tell the whole story. So to show you more, we've organised a little test. Here we have the world's 8 biggest economies, starting with America and China, Japan. Now on the front you can see some numbers. This is how much their economy grew by last year. India 7%, Italy 0.9. But what do these numbers mean in the real world? Well, to show you, we have our graph. To give you a sense of scale, 1 metre on this graph equals $20 billion, that's about a metre. So, this much private jet, this much world's biggest diamond, this much Shanghai Disney. So let's see how much growth is in the real world. Okay, economies, are you ready? Marks, set, go! Okay, they're all off together. And, we've already got some stopping. That's most of Europe and Japan gone. Japan doubled the size of the economy, but not much growth added. India's doing very well. There it is, third place. Now we have the two main contenders, America and China. There's America. Wow. Now, if that looks like a lot, it's because it is. These two countries alone, America and China, represent half of all the world's growth last year. And China, 30% all by itself. Okay, now we're going to do the test just one more time, looking at what happened this year.
So a quick update of the figures, and we can see that most of Europe slows down. They add less to their economies. Japan, a little more. India stays at 7%. And thanks to compounding, it adds a little more this year.
Now, the second largest, America. What do you do this year? 2.9% last year, 2.1% this year predicted. But what does that look like in the real world? Okay, he's gone back. He's gone back a lot.
That's over $100 billion of lost growth.
Now, China. We already know that China's growth is predicted to slow down this year.
A slowdown that China and world organisations have been talking about for years.
But what does that look like in the real world? We've already seen Europe and America take some big steps backwards. But what will happen to China?
Huh? Slower growth equals more money? Yes, thanks to some simple maths. Because the economy is much larger, it doesn't matter that growth is down. It still adds the same amount. And considering the global slowdown, that's quite unusual.
Slower growth rates, but same growth. Is that a catastrophe? I'll let you decide. Remember, for more news and analysis, buy the paper. Until next time, bye-bye.